Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Elder Scrolls Online video with me, Sherman. Sorry it's been a few days since I've posted anything really, or a while. I didn't even know this was getting put on PTS. I haven't been following too much, and at first I need to go over a few things. So I haven't been around for a while because I have been dealing with real life stuff. Not just my kids and family, other things in my real life that take precedence right now. But I do want to get this video done and get it out for you guys for the patch notes, so I do apologize I haven't been around. Life can be challenging, and it's one of those things you have to make a decision at some point, and I made that decision to take some time off and do the things I needed to do. And I am not like permanently back, but I'm back kind of until the end of this month, and then I'll be back more to a regular basis of videos. So, but let's get right into it. So, as you guys can see, on the PTS is the Wolfhunter DLC. It's awesome, actually. I haven't done the dungeons yet, but I have been tinkering with a few things today and yesterday, and I have to say I am just blown away by some of the changes, and we'll get to those. But, so this is going to come with 2 new dungeons, which is awesome, and some new battlegrounds, a new battleground map, and new stuff for the Cyrodiil, like the Keep Recall. They're also introducing the respec system, which we'll get into. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to kind of skip over some of this initial stuff. I'll be showing some of this stuff off later, like the dungeons, the information. I'm actually going to show the dungeons, Moonhunter Keep and March to Sacrifice. Also, whenever you go into one of these dungeons, either one of them, you'll get I think it's a hat based on this. And then there's also, if you look, unique item sets, of course, we all knew that. Unique achievements, unique skins, new memento, several new titles, and unique housing items, which are only found in these dungeons. So the new collectibles and furnishings, which is pretty cool. There's some new stuff in here, trophies, you know, that kind of stuff. We all know that. New item sets. This is where things get a little strange. So the first one, from Moonhunter Keep, in the light, is spell damage on the 2-piece, spell damage on the 3-piece, and this is Moonhunter. So, 4-piece is spell critical. This is a lot of spell damage with spell crit. And then the 5-piece. When you use alchemical poison, when your alchemical poison fires, it increases your spell damage by 600 for 6 seconds. Poisons are kind of weird, but that's a lot of spell damage for a set. I'm just saying, I'm going to do some testing with that. Next is a Savage Werewolf set. This is a pretty OP looking set. The 2-piece is max stam, 3-piece is weapon damage, 4-piece is stamina recovery, and then the 5-piece. Your light and heavy attacks rend flesh, causing your enemy to bleed for 1,000 physical damage every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. So it's going to tick 3 times, possibly 4. I haven't tested this yet, for 1,000 damage each. That's pretty cool. And then the Jailer's Tenacity, this is the heavy set. Really unique here. Healing taken, max health, healing taken, and then when you lose 25% or more of your health from a single attack, you gain major vitality for 6 seconds, increasing your healing received by 30%. This is either going to be heavily used in PvP to some degree, or it's going to be something that, like, if a tank is built right, this could be a really good set. And I say built right, let me just put it this way. Nightblades, like anything that doesn't have a built-in damage shield, this might be a good set for it. So, Nightblades especially. The first monster set is the Vicosa. Healing taken. Okay, we know this is where this is going. Tank set. When you taunt an enemy, you frighten them for with a deafening howl, applying major maim to them for 3 seconds, lowering their damage done by 30%. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. Okay, so first off, 3 seconds of major maim at a 15-second cooldown. It'll never be used. The reason why I say that is major maim is really powerful. That's reducing the incoming damage by 30%. But for 3 seconds. Now, if this actually fears them and makes them run away, then it's useless. Because who are they going to attack in 3 seconds? If they made the duration 5 seconds and made the effect every 10 seconds, this would be a great set. But until they make that change, this set won't be used by very many people because it doesn't meet what people want. I like this set, the idea, but I'll have to do some testing. But I do like the idea. And it's probably, like I said, the healing taken, a lot of people will talk down on. I won't. I will always say healing taken is good, especially for tanking. So, the next one, March of Sacrifice Dungeon. This is the light set, Hanu's Compassion, Recovery, Max Magicka, Recovery, 5-piece, another Max Magicka, and then a bonus, when you resurrect another player while in combat, you and that player gain major heroism for 15 seconds, granting you 3 ultimate every 1.5 seconds. Alright, so, it looks bad, but it actually sounds like a good set to help somebody get into doing trial runs, to get them trial sets. Or it could be just a set that somebody wants to use because of how it works. It's good. I don't know how good. The testing is required, but it looks, on paper, it looks good. We'll leave it that way. Blood Moon. Now this is one I'm really excited for, because it's very similar to a lot of the other sets that mimic it. And those are sets like Night Mother's Gaze, Hunting's Rage, Vipers, stuff like that. It mimics it because it gives weapon damage on the 2-piece. 3-piece is critical, 4-piece critical, and then the 5-piece. When you deal critical damage with a melee light attack, you gain a stack of Blood Scent for 8 seconds. When you gain 5 stacks, you become frenzied for 5 seconds, increasing your melee light attack damage by 50% and your attack speed by 50%. This effect can occur once every 18 seconds. So, for 5 seconds, you get this frenzy. But it only lasts 18 seconds. And it's got a cooldown of 18 seconds before getting recast. Alright, so here's the thing. It wouldn't be hard to get the stacks. But 5 seconds on an 18-second cooldown for this might be actually pretty good. Because you're only going to have 13 seconds, actually, of where it's not in effect. The rest of the time, it's going to be going off like crazy, because you're going to be getting those 8 stacks, or those 5 stacks, pretty quick. So, it might be a good set. I'll have to do some testing. The next is the heavy set, the Haven of Ursus. Max health, healing taken, max health. I can see where this is going. When you take damage while you are under 50% health, summon Ursa's Spirit for 6 seconds. You and your allies can activate a synergy on Ursa to grant a shield that protects you and the activator from 13,954 damage for 6 seconds. This effect can occur once every 12 seconds. Now, is it a shield? Because if it's a shield, you can boost this up with your Bastion in the champion points and probably get like 15, 16k out of it. So this actually might be a decent set, but you have to be under 50% health, and that doesn't happen too often. But if somebody did the right thing with it, it could work. Next up is Bolorog. Bolorog? Okay. This is the next monster set. Weapon and spell damage, which right now just made it OP. When you deal an ultimate ability, you gain weapon and spell damage for 10 seconds, equal to twice the amount of total ultimate consumed. Wait. Twice the amount. That's a lot. That's a power set. Wow. That just made Spell Power Cure even better to have. Like, major courage in your group, really important to have with this. And that's to every 10 seconds. And it's when you use an ability, you gain weapon and spell damage for 10 seconds, equal to twice the amount of the ultimate. Oh, an ultimate ability. So, let's say Dawnbreaker. 125 ultimate times 2, that's 250 ultimate, and you can have that up a lot. on a DPS, especially if you're using like a precise offhand, using a two-handed with a precise two-handed even to generate ultimate, lots of ultimate really fast, because you can use brawler, and brawler's going to give you like the not brawler, carve, the whatever the morph is that gives you the ultimate gen. If you use that one with this, every 125 ultimate you spend, you get this for 10 seconds. That could be up almost all the time. Almost. That's a killer setup right there. All right, moving on. Base game changes. New battlegrounds map. Idris. New battleground. Idris. Second Empire. Yeah. Oh, this is the one that's in Cyrodiil. Awesome. That's like the Cyrodiil battleground. Yeah, that's cool. Keep recall stones. These will be pretty interesting. They're going to cost 28,000 AP earned from rewards of the worthy. There are several restrictions in place to use these items. You cannot recall to a structure that is under attack. You cannot recall to a structure while standing inside the region of a keep, resource, outpost, or town. You cannot use a recall stone while actively in combat. Recall stones can be used while in Caves of Cyrodiil, but not in the Imperial City. Good. Recall stones are account bound, so they can be banked but not traded to other players. You cannot use a recall stone while carrying an Elder Scroll. Well, of course. Alright, overall, keep recall stones sound good. Battleground outfit styles. There's the Pit Demon's outfit, the Stormlord's outfit, Fire Drake's outfit, chance of obtaining outfit styles based on how well your team performed with Battlegrounds. Oh, so it's just an outfit that you can earn from Battlegrounds. Okay. Cool. New PvP collectible. Alright, we know what that is. That's part of the Arena Gladiator costume. Respec system. This is that new respec thing. This allows you to respec skills individually. In fact, let's go take a look at this really quick. So I am in game, and we're going to jump over here to the respec place real quick. And we're going to check out this respec system. I want to see what it looks like. I want to show you guys firsthand. And I will tell you guys this. There's a change to the Templar that has me just... I'm ready. Bring it on. In fact, just by the look of it on paper, it's going to put Templars into the place of tank in a big way. It's still not going to be as superior as the DK to everyone's standards with the whole block cost reduction and all that damage mitigation. But the fact that you can build up your resistances the way it does is just crazy. So if you guys don't know what respecing is, you can respec skills in the game. Wrong one. And when you use these shrines, now you can make a donation, and you can choose which skills you want to change the morph to. Like if I want to change Blazing Shield to Radiant Aura, I can. That's what this allows you to do, and that is super, super cool. Like I can go into the two-handed ones, I can change any of them, I can change any of the bow ones that I have. This is awesome. This is what has been needed for a while. People have been begging them to do this. Now they finally did it. Thank you, devs. So that's what the respec system allows. Anyone who previously removed one of these skill trees will have their additional skill points refunded upon login. Okay, yeah. The Welkunar motives are being added to Cloud Rest. Finally, you guys needed that for those trial runners. New homes, the Hunter's Glade and the Grand Sijic Villa. That's where I was actually at, which I'll show you guys where it's located. So we've always wondered, within the Sijic order here, there's a place over here. This is it. That's where the Grand Villa is. So I'm gonna go ahead and teleport there. Teleport back to my house. Because I do want to show it off real quick. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It's pretty big. I haven't been in the house. I've just been outside of it. But I do want to show this off real quick. And we'll go into a little bit more of the skill, or the PTS patch notes here in a second. There's a lot of stuff to go over. So this is the entrance to your house. As you can see, that's the Sijic Island over there. Arteum. And this is what the house out exterior looks like. There's a lot to it, so this is probably going to be one of the more expensive houses in the game because of how much space there is to explore and all that. So just kind of just giving you a quick runaround. So yeah, really cool house. I like it. I honestly might trade off on getting the pirate ship place for this because I really like this. It's just is cool to me. So, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. All right, let's get back to those patch notes. So updated bug categories, which is nice. The champion points, of course, has been increased to a total of 780. So we have increased another 30 points. So if you're not at 780 yet, don't worry. You just need to really be above 300 to make your build work viably. 780 is like when you're top of the game. Moving on, they did some template changes for PTS. Alliance War changes. Captured, keep, and scroll bonuses are not currently applying properly. Alright. Character template stuff. Gameplay, combat and gameplay. If you have been a werewolf vampire in the past, yeah, you'll get your points refunded. Lots of changes to these things. Minimal changes. Lots of it to Clockwork City. Or Somerset. Lots of changes to the monsters, the world bosses, crafting, alchemy stuff, crafting, jewelry crafting. Nothing that I really will say anything. Like, I'm glad that they're fixing stuff with it, but yeah. Yay. It's mostly fixes and everything. We're going to skip through a lot of this. And I think we found what we're looking for. This is the main area where we're going to want to look at. So, ability changes overview. First, improving werewolf. Awesome. Reducing the duration of snare and defile effects. Also pretty good. And then increasing the viability of some older sets. A few of the item sets received some dramatic redesigns, while others were simply buffed to improve their usage. So let's go over this right here. First, they increase the movement speed of all monsters summoned from your abilities and item sets by 25%. A visual effect will now appear over your character's head when using detection potions, mage light, or expert hunter to notify other players of your ability to see sneaking invisible enemies. They decrease the range of two-handed, dual-wield, one-handed sword, unarmored, and werewolf heavy attacks to 7 meters from 10. That kind of sucks, but I understand they really want to fix combat. That's a good start. Alright. Excuse me. Fixed an issue where casting certain self-targeted abilities such as spike armor, dark exchange, or imbue weapons would remove you from sneak. Also good. And then going on into this class skills. Dragon Knight, Ardent Flame, World of Ruin. This ability now increases the damage over time. Components of Fiery Breath and its morphs. Warmth. This ability now only snares targets when you deal direct damage with an Ardent Flame ability. Was any type of damage, and now it's dropped to 3 seconds, down from 2 to 4 seconds. So, sorry guys, I don't know what it is. I've had a cough for a few hours now. It's like I got something that's stuck on the back of my throat. Draconic powers, reflective scales, reflective plate, morph. This ability now grants 2 seconds of immunity to snare and immobilization effects. Hey, guess what, PvPers? You got what you wanted. It wasn't exactly how much, but you got it. Nightblade, Deathstroke, Incapacitating Strike. This ability now only stuns your enemy if your current health percentage is lower than your target's. So it does still stun, it just does it when the enemy's target health is low. Grim Focus, Merciless Resolve Morph. This is the Stamina Morph. Remove the snare from this ability. Okay. Here goes a lot of mad people. Shadow. Aspect of Terror. Decrease the duration of the snare from this ability and its morphs from 2 seconds, or 2 seconds from 4. Dark Cloak. Fixed an issue where casting this ability was removing you from sneak. Siphoning. Cripple. Decrease the duration of the snare and major expedition buff from your from this ability and its morph to 4 seconds from 8 seconds. Sorcerers, Dark Magic, Rune Prison, Rune Cage. Decrease the damage done from this ability by approximately 20%. I don't know. I kind of needed it, I guess. Mage's Fury. Fixed an issue where dodging this ability and its morphs would still apply the executed explosion. Thank you. Overload fixed an issue where the heavy attack from this ability and its morphs could not proc weapon enchants or poisons. So that's a good change. Templar, this is where the big changes come in for me. Radiant Destruction, they increased the maximum bonus of execute damage dealt by this ability and its morphs to 400 from 330%. Now it's an actual execute, finally. Solar Flare. Dark Flare decreased the duration of Major Defile buff to 4 seconds from 6 seconds. Solar Barrage. Remove the cast time from this ability and decrease the damage done by approximately 40%. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is not what I asked for when I saw this change. When I saw this mentioned in the changes by the class reps. I wasn't expecting them to nerf an ability. I wanted it fixed. Not fixed. Thanks a lot. Sunfire. Decrease the duration of the snare from this ability to 3 seconds from 5 to 9. Hey guys, you guys wanted snares fixed? Yeah, they're pretty much non-existent and useless. Awesome. Thanks for ruining the game for us. I mean, I don't mind. I don't care either way. It's gonna be nice not to be snared for like 10 seconds, but this is what people wanted, and this is what they're getting. Restoring Light, Healing Ritual. Ritual of Rebirth. Fixed an issue where you could dodge the secondary heal from this ability. Cool. This is the big one. Rune Focus. So if you guys don't know what Rune Focus is, it's the skill the Templar has for their resistance buff. This ability and its morphs now apply Major Ward, Major Resolve, and all major morphs affect to you directly for 15 seconds. So you don't have to stand in the circle now. You just cast it. Standing within the area of effect now increases Major Ward, Major Resolve's effects by 50%. I'll show you this. They also increase the cost of Restoring Focus and Channeled Focus. Something else I don't mind, because it's not too drastic, but it will affect players. And the devs explain why. I don't need to read that, because I already know why this is getting changed. This is something that the class reps brought to their attention, and it is a good change. It's something that was needed. But this is, right here, is what's going to bring... this is going to really make Templar tanks really tanky. So, first off, I am on my Templar here, my two-handed Templar tank. So I just want to show you guys this. This is what it says now. Create a Rune of Celestial Protection. The Rune grants you Major Ward, Major Resolve, blah blah blah, increasing physical and spell damage. You gain minor Vitality, minor Protection, increasing healing received, and reducing damage taken by 8%. Standing within the Rune increases physical and spell resistance granted by 50%. This is what my resistances look like without this cast. With it cast, and outside the circle. In the circle, outside the circle. This just improved Templars as tanks. And I'm not trying to brag or blow this up, but tenfold. This just made Templars almost the best tank in the game because of this. Almost. They are second to the DK now. It goes DK, Templar. Those are the top two best tanks in the game now because of these changes. Warden. And a close tie with Nightblade, and then Sork. But DK and Templar are almost on par. Now, the Templar does not give a damage shield to the group, but that's okay. They're just super tanky now, and that's the thing that's going to set them apart from all the other classes when it comes to tanking. And it is a major improvement, considering the fact that I can tank now with a two-handed, and I have the resistances to back it. So, thank you. That's one thing I'll say the class reps got fixed right. So thank you. Moving on, Warden, Animal Companion, Cliff Racer. Screaming Cliff Racer fixed an issue where casting his ability would not orient your character and to face the target, whatever. Just a fix. Lotus Flower fixed an issue where this ability and its morphs did not work with the light and heavy attacks from the Mend Wound abilities. And now it does. So that makes Mend Wound and this really powerful. Winter's Embrace. Arctic Wind. Increase the initial heal from this ability and its morphs to 15% of your max health from 12%. Wow. Wow. That's that's OP. Alright, moving on. One-handed sword and shield. Power Bash. Reverberating Bash. Decrease the duration of Major Defile to 4 seconds from 10 seconds. Yeah, thanks for screwing that up for me. Lacerate. Fixed an issue where this ability and its morphs could sometimes heal you based on the damage dealt from other abilities happening at the same time. Cool. Rending Slashes. They decrease the duration of the snare to 4 seconds from 9 seconds. Arrow Spray. Decrease the duration of snare applied from this ability and its morphs to 4 seconds from 6 seconds. Scatter Shot. Yeah, it's just a fix. Lethal Arrow. Decrease the duration of Major Defile to 4 seconds from 10 seconds. You guys really wanted that really messed up, didn't you? Alright, world changes. Curing Vampirism will now refund your all skill points that are invested in the skill line. Drain Essence, fixed an issue, okay. Werewolf changes. So, first off, you'll find leveling and maintaining your werewolf is now considerably easier. The Devour passive is now granted automatically from the very start, so you can sustain the form better at lower levels before you've unlocked all of the other skills. We've also significantly reduced the experience requirements to morph all the skills. Second, you'll be able to do more combat, core combat actions as a werewolf, such as resurrecting your allies or using synergies. Werewolves will have much easier time engaging in group content now that they can help their friends more effectively. This, coupled with some of the other changes such as Blood Rage passive triggering all damage dealt or whatever, increase the damage taken, means that you can be more viable in group PvE activities such as dungeons. Finally, many morphs and abilities were changed to improve the cohesiveness of the werewolf skill kit. I'm not going to go over all this, we're just going to go down the line. Werewolf transformation. You can now resurrect other players transform. You can use synergies, abilities while transformed. You can now use siege weapons while transformed. The werewolf timer will no longer tick down while you are reviving in place while transformed, and updated the tooltip of this ability and its morphs to better describe all additional effects. This ability and its morphs no longer increase your movement speed or your spell and physical resistance as a baseline effect. I don't even know what they're talking about. The bonus have been moved to passive abilities in the skill line. So they changed all that. Pack Leader, the Dire Wolves now scale with bonuses from damage done. The Dire Wolves now randomly alternate between 2 direct damage abilities, previously 4, and they no longer use non-damaging snare abilities. Fixed an issue where the Dire Wolves could throttle their attacks against the same target. Fixed an issue where the Dire Wolves would respawn. Blood Rage. This ability now increases the timer of your werewolf transformation when you deal damage, rather than when you take damage. In addition, 2 to 4 seconds to your timer with a 5-second cooldown. Devour. This is now the first passive you unlock in the skill line, and is a free passive that does not require you to spend a skill point. Points already spent into this will be automatically refunded. Devour Corpses ability is now 4-second channel instead of a 4-second cast time. Every second you spend devouring corpses, your werewolf timer and restores health. So it increases. Each corpse can be devoured for up to 4 seconds. Updated the visual and effects on enemy corpses that can be devoured. Improved the targeting and reliability of devouring corpses. Heroine's Bounty. This ability and its morphs now heal based on max health. Heroine's Bounty and Heroine's Rage heal for 45% of your max health, while Heroine's Fortitude heals for 60% of your max health. Heroine's Rage. This morph now grants Major Brutality for 20 seconds. Infectious Claw updated the visual effects of this ability and its morphs. Piercing Howl. This ability and its morphs no longer stun the target. Decrease the cost of the ability and its morphs to 3,510 and updated the visual effects. Howl of Despair. This synergy now grants the ally empower for all light attacks for 5 seconds. Previously, it granted 10% more light and heavy attack damage for 15 seconds. Alright. Pounce. This ability and its morphs no longer stun the target if they were already set off balance. Pursuit. The ability now also increases movement speed. Roar. This ability and its morphs are now instant cast, previously 1 second. And the ability and its morphs can fear up to 6 targets, previously 3. The ability of the Rousing Roar morph no longer sets enemies off balance. So, Ferocious Roar, this morph now sets feared enemies off balance. Rousing Roar, this morph has been renamed to Defending Roar and now applies Major Fracture for 10 seconds to feared targets. This ability now also increases physical and spell resistance by 5 and 10,000. All werewolf abilities now require less experience to morph. Yep. Alright, Fighter's Guild. Silver Bolts. Decrease the duration of the snare to 4 seconds. Silver Leash. Now grants Fighter's Guild ability. Slayer passive. Imbue weapons. Fixed an issue where this ability is more for removing you from sneak. Okay, Crushing Weapon. Fixed an issue. Yeah. Mend Wounds. Weapon swapping to this ability bar now that does not have an ability or its morph slotted will now toggle this ability off. Thank you, devs. That needed to be fixed. It was OP otherwise. Undaunted. Trapping Webs. They fixed an issue. I'm not going to go over it. Tactician Champion System, the Antronach. They fixed an issue where this passive was setting enemies off balance when you dodge their attack with dodge bonuses, such as major, minor evasion, instead of only from dodge roll. Good. That needed a fix. The Lady, Unchained, fixed an issue where this passive was not functioning with you when you use Break Free while transformed into the werewolf. Okay, so these are the item set changes. We're just going to go over this really quick. So first off, Crest of Cyrodiil, this item set has been redesigned. The old setup, the new setup is 2-piece stamina recovery, 3-piece max health, 4-piece max health, and 5-piece. After successfully blocking heal for 8,000 health, this effect can occur once every 5 seconds. That's awesome. That might even make this a really good even tank set for PvE. Sorry, because it's every 5 seconds, 8,000 health. Defending Warrior, they fixed an issue where this item set could sometimes heal you based on the damage dealt from other abilities happening at the same time. Dama House updated the telegraph visuals displayed to enemy players. Durax Bane, they decreased the duration of Major to Foul to 4 seconds. Elf Bane, they fixed the issue where there was not increasing the duration and damage over time from Grothdar item set, which is good, they fixed that. Updated the telegraph visual displayed to enemy players. Hatchling Shell got a major revision, and an awesome one. So the old one of this gave you physical spell resistance and healing taken. The 5-piece gave you a damage shield for 5,000 every 15 seconds. Now, physical and spell resist, 1, 2, and 3-piece, max health, and then gain a damage shield that equals 20% of your max health for 15 seconds every 15 seconds. That's a nice change. That's a nice change. That's a good set now. Thank you, devs. That's going to be cool. Hide of Morhas fixed an issue where the damage from this item set could critically strike, so that's fixed. They fixed an issue with Jovial's guidance for the hasty prayer from minor expedition buff. Okay, not like it really needed it. Light of Cyrodiil, while you are casting or channeling an ability, your damage taken is reduced by 15%. Now it's while you're casting and channeling an ability, your damage taken is reduced by 15%. When you are interrupted, your next magic ability will cost nothing. So that's really good. Robes of the Hist. 5-piece bonus. Reduce the duration of disabling effects on you by 20%. While you're affected by a disabling effect, heal for 2,000 health every 1 second. New effect. While you are affected by disabling effects, immobilization or snare, you heal 2,500 to health every 1 second. That's pretty nice. So, They did a big fix on the slowed semblance because of all the whining and complaining due to it. They decreased the total damage by fixing approximately 15% by removing 1 tick of damage that it does. They also fixed the damage over time from this item set was removing invisibility, and they fixed an issue where this damage over time could proc itself. So yay, good for you guys. You guys remember Swamp Raider? When you deal damage with a magic ability, your poison and disease damage abilities gain additional 450 weapon damage for 10 seconds. Yeah, now it's just permanent. On the 5-piece. That's awesome. Nightblades and DKs now have their own set that benefits them. Stam Nightblades and DKs. So that's really good. Tremor scale, they decrease the duration of the snare. Yeah. Ward of the Cyrodiil. Stamina recovery, mounted speed, max health, increase the amount of damage you can block by 8%. New weapon damage, stamina recovery. When you deal melee damage, you apply major defile to the enemy for 4 seconds, reducing their healing received and health recovered by 30%. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. Yay! Alright, Witchman. Fixed an issue where this when the resource restore from this item set would not work with the ultimate ability you cast did not hit the target. So now it affects no matter what. Zons, they decrease the range required to break the fiery tether to 8 meters from 10 meters. Oh, sorry guys. Item traits infused. Fixed an issue where the cooldown reduction applying to both of your weapon enchantments if you were dual wielding. So they fixed that. Base game changes. So there's some minor changes here. Itemization. Fixed an issue where itemization. Yeah. Keep changes. Siege changes. Animation visual effects. Justice system changes. Lots of minor changes. Some changes here. They fixed some stuff with the outfit system. Thank you. Crown store, crown states, nobody cares. Just kidding. They fixed Group Finder. You can now only select one role when queuing through Activity Finder, and it will display next to your party frames. So, yeah. Thank you. Finally. Took you long enough. And they fixed some dungeon stuff, it looks like. Cool. Exploration itemization. Mud balls can no longer be thrown at players who are performing interactions. Good. Yay. Fishing changes, housing changes, UI changes, yada yada yada. Gamepad! You guys are getting some changes. Good. Gameplay changes. Alright, quest changes. And we're going to stop right there. So, that is all the stuff on the PTS, guys. Right now, as of today, which is Wednesday, I know I'm running behind on my release of this, and I apologize, but lots of changes in here. Lots of good things, in my opinion, to fix some things. A lot of things that are screwed up now because Defile and Snare suck. So, all those people who complained about them in the past, you got your dream, they're fixed for you, but nobody else. Like, Snares worked in PvE too, guys. Now they suck in PvE. So yeah, not good. But hey, I'm not going to complain anymore about that. Other than that, I like a lot of the changes. I like the Templar change. I think that was really cool. I don't like that one skill change to Solar Barrage or whatever. That just pisses me off. I like a lot of the new gear sets. I think that they're going to be good for the game. Just depending on how people choose to use them, or as people say, roll with them, I guess. The respec system's amazing. And of course, you know, all these other changes. Nice. The changes that have me most interested right now is the Templar ones. And let's get back to that real quick, because I want you guys to see that. Like, first off, let's take a look at that. So Sunfire, I think it's Sunfire or Solar Flare. Says it Solar Flare? Yeah, Solar Barrage is now an instant cast and does, like, really low damage. But it does grant Empower, increasing the damage of your next light attack. So if you're an up-close Templar, it's going to be really nice. Even if you're a ranged Templar, it's going to be nice. But it's an 8-meter radius and a 6-meter duration. So it's like, yeah. And it deals damage to multiple blasts around you instead of of a single target area. So this is around you. So if I, you know, like if I set this up, it's going to be like, that's around me. But it's instant cast now, so that's really cool. So I like that. I like that they did that. Oh. So I can cast it and just let it happen, huh? Alright. Well, really, really cool. But I'm going to be setting up my house here on PTS so I can get things going, so I can get builds going, and everything else. I will be releasing a lot of new builds now because of these changes. The Paladin is getting a complete overhaul, guys, because of these changes. I've actually been doing a lot of research into some stuff. Now that this is here, with this, I can make those changes and make them reasonable. So the Paladin is getting changed. The Lord Knight solo build will be changing a little bit. And I will be bringing back the Avenger. And, of course, all my other Templar builds. So I'm super excited about this. I'm actually really excited for a lot of this. So, and if you guys are wondering, yes, U.S. players are on the PTS. They will be on here for 2 weeks and then removed. And if you guys are wondering when this is coming out, it will be coming out sometime around the 13th or 20th, because most things only last on the PTS for 5 weeks before they go live. And this just went on PTS starting Monday. So if you guys want to get excited now, please do so. And like I said, I will be doing some dungeon playthroughs. I'm going to get a hold of a couple people and see if they want to get on PTS and run dungeons. Hopefully they do, and we can run those and check them out and show you guys what they look like. But we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it for the PTS patch notes, guys. Hope you guys like them. I kind of do. I do think there's some things they need to change and alter, but we'll have to see what happens. So, but other than that, that's it. So if you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, hit that subscribe button. And, of course, as always, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day. And this guy might see you in-game. Bye.